This presentation on colocation services, how to choose the best data center provider, is brought to you by CyrusOne. When evaluating colocation services, business owners need to be especially careful to weigh the pros and cons of each candidate. Every data center provider has strengths and weaknesses based on the specific requirements of each customer. The selection process is becoming increasingly important as the number of companies turn to outsourcing increases. Many companies, especially mid-sized businesses, don't have the funding or expertise to build their own data centers. Plus, raising energy costs, maintaining a data center, a not-so-attractive choice. Outsourcing colocation services can provide a greater strategic advantage. It preserves capital and eliminates the need to find and retain expensive technical talent. By shifting IT operations to an outsourced data center, businesses can focus entirely on their core competencies and strategic initiatives. They won't have to worry about getting bogged down managing a complex IT infrastructure. Data center providers can almost always run a more efficient and economical facility. They can spread operation costs among a large number of customers, and they can more easily invest in new technologies. Before you move to a provider's facility, make sure you fully understand your IT requirements. You want to make sure you match these requirements to a provider's infrastructure and capabilities. One thing you need to calculate is how much space you need in the data center. Other basic questions to answer about the facility include: how much power will you need per square foot? What minimum tier classification would serve your operation? What type of configuration does the provider use for redundant power and cooling? And what are the features for cages, private suites, and cabinets? What services will you need? The following factors can help you select the right colocation services provider for your business. Risk. To protect your valuable data, you always have to plan for the unexpected. Disaster recovery services must be an important component of your colocation services. What happens if a hurricane, fire, or other natural disaster strikes? Is your provider prepared to protect your IT assets? Qualifications. A data center provider must have a proven track record with companies similar to yours. To get the best possible match, perform your due diligence carefully. Verify experience, certifications, references, financial stability, technical capabilities, and other claims. Location. Is a data center facility conveniently located? In other words, is it close to your IT staff? Availability. Most businesses can't afford downtime. The ramifications can be costly if any system becomes unavailable for even a short amount of time. Determine the level of uptime you can expect for your colocation services. Cooling and power. These two factors are critical to achieving the highest performance levels. The data center must have ample power to run and cool the facility when it's running at maximum capacity. Colocation service providers also must have adequate backup generators in case of outages. SLAs. A reliable data center provider will offer an agreement outlining the level of services they will provide. If the provider fails to meet this level, they'll incur a penalty. With the growing demand for colocation services, a greater number of data center providers have entered the market. If you do the proper due diligence during your selection process, you should be able to select a partner who will help you optimize your IT performance. All CyrusOne data centers are built to deliver the highest tier SLA and design standards. We comply with the TIA 942 Tier 4. From an engineering standpoint, CyrusOne is architected to the highest standards of availability and uptime. These standards, coupled with our average density of 250 watts per square foot, are why over 90% of our customers are running their primary mission-critical IT infrastructure from our facilities. We support some of the largest corporations in the world who depend on our engineering and our people to ensure 100% uptime SLA power. CyrusOne has a very unique business model, unlike any other provider. Our focus on providing purely space gives our customers the flexibility to select their strategy for delivering the services such as managed services, hardware selection, network infrastructure, and etc. Remaining agnostic to these services provides all parties involved with the flexibility to ensure complete customer satisfaction. About the author. Nicole Aguilard is a marketing director for CyrusOne, a global enterprise and colocation provider operating 23 highly secure data centers across the United States, London, and Singapore. You can learn more about data centers by visiting www.cyrusone.com.